And welcome to the final inquiry task for this unit. Our central idea has been to appreciate culture, which allows us to understand the past. We are now taking a line of inquiry into connecting our own and other cultural traditions. So you've hopefully been speaking to your parents and your grandparents about your own culture, your traditions, your own celebrations, talked about the different types of clothing that you might wear and things like that. So together with the help of the question matrix, you've used or gathered some questions that you can ask someone in your family. You are now up to the synthesizing and interpreting stage of our inquiry unit, where you are to gather information and pop that into your own piece of work. So your piece of work, your final task, will be creating an A4 page that outlines your family and your family's culture and traditions. Your learning intention for this task is to share your own culture and traditions. Just like I said, I hope you've had those really valuable chats with your parents or your grandparents where they've been able to share their culture and life with you. Your success criteria is to create an A4 portrait page of your own culture. Now, portrait means it's going this way, long ways, rather than this way. If you're looking at my PowerPoint now, that is a landscape page. We would like to create a portrait page. You need to include all of the required information, and you need to draw or display pictures on your page. So I'm thinking about what pictures you might have to share about your family. So maybe having some family pictures, some photos of food that you eat, and traditions that you share with your family. I'm just going to move my bubble. So these are some things that your page must include. So you must include an All About Me section where you were born, which includes where you were born and what languages you speak. Traditions. You need to include the traditions part of your page. Now, I've defined traditions as a passed on belief or value that you continually participate in. You need to include celebrations. So what do you celebrate every year with your family or other people of your own culture? You need to talk about the clothing that you might wear, the food that you eat. Do you have any special recipes that are passed on through generations? And you need to include pictures and illustrations if you're drawing by hand. Some things to remember. Just make myself smaller. So you have 3 to 4 days to complete this task and share it with your teacher. Mrs. Lane will be talking to you Tuesday and Wednesday, and she'll be able to help you if you need any assistance, as well as your teacher. Teachers will be then combining all of your pages into an A4 book, and we'll be able to share this with the whole class. So depending on whether we're at school or not, but I no doubt say that it will be a digital copy, and it will have a combination of all your different nationalities and an inquiry into your religions and things like that. Please add detail. You can use an online program such as Word. Now, I've been lucky because I obviously have access to a laptop, but if you are doing it by hand, then that's fine as well. I think if we collate the whole, all of the students' work and have a variety of different pages, I think it will look really great. So please, if you're doing it by hand, that is so fine as well. Your page must be A4 and portrait. So remember, it can't be landscape, it needs to be portrait. I'm sure your parents can help you with this. And you must have fun and learn lots about your own culture. All right, I'm going to show you, I'm going to get out of mine. I'm going to show you my page that I have created. Now think about what you need on your page to be successful. So in the yellow box here, I have an All About Me section. So let's have a read and see what I've included. I have a large family and I am the youngest of 5 children. I was born at Mildura Private Hospital in 1996. My family were born in Australia too. We speak English. This makes me Australian. So already I've included a little bit of information about myself and my family and the language that we speak at home. In the orange box, I'm talking about celebrations, another requirement. So we celebrate every birthday with a family dinner and a cake. My mum usually bakes these cakes based on our hobbies and our interests. Clothing, the top red right box, we wear shorts, tees, hats, dresses in summer. In winter, we wear beanies, Ugg boots, and warm puffer jackets. You'll also notice that I've chosen a nice big piece of clip art from Google, and it says culture. So having a heading on your page, something like culture or traditions, would be awesome. As you can see, I've included photos of my family. So I've got my 2 brothers in the purple frame. In the yellow box, I've got my whole family. Down here in the red box, I've included an activity that we like to do, which I'll talk about soon, a tradition that we keep on doing. In the blue box here, it says the food that we eat. So some of my family favourites are roast sundaes, trifle, an ice cream cake, and summer barbecues where we have sausages, hamburgers, steaks, and so on. I've included another photo with my brother and my 2 dogs. Okay, the last box says traditions. Some of my favourite traditions include on the first day of December every month we set up the Christmas tree. Easter ski racing, so we spend the weekend on the river, and we also spend many weekends on the river as a family. So that's definitely a tradition that stays in and is passed on through different generations. I've also included a map. So if you are from another country, I think it will be awesome if you can include a map of where you're from. I've also put an arrow to where I live. Okay, so I live here in Gulgong, New South Wales. A very important thing to include somewhere on your page is your name, because remember, we're combining all of these as a class. Your teacher will be combining them all, so please have your name on them. Now remember, this is a digital version. Please, if you don't have access to a laptop or an iPad, a handwritten copy. A handwritten copy and your own drawings and illustrations is perfectly fine. So please don't feel like you need to do a digital A4 page, okay? Let me know if you have any questions, and Mrs. Lane will check in with you tomorrow and Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye.